Welcome back. You're watching Startup Street, where we're discussing the budget's impact on the startup ecosystem. Still with us are Mughilan Thiru Ramasamy of Skylark Drones, Pallavi Srivastava of ProCap, and Arjun Choudhary of MFine. Arjun, let me bring you back into this conversation. Another big announcement in healthcare was of an open platform for the national digital health ecosystem. The allocation to National Digital Health Mission is up from 30 crore rupees to 200 crore rupees. What is the kind of impact an open platform will have on the sector?
I think so. This is really a big step from what was announced last year, and now it's about really putting it into motion. I think so. The whole it will give access to everyone in terms of better healthcare access right across from rural India to urban India. This is definitely game changing because fundamentally healthcare data is something which is not really standardized, and now with all players moving onto a digital platform like this, not only will patients have all of their medical history, but also healthcare providers will have access to all consumer medical history for a longer duration. And this should really be a game changer in terms of providing better healthcare access to people, and also eventually also playing a bigger role in terms of providing financing at the right moment, and eventually and a lot more innovation can happen on the fintech side of healthcare on that side. So I think so it's really a big move, and this should really take how healthcare is being given to across various economic stratas. This should really change the game on healthcare accessibility for everyone.
Okay, so the open platform for National Digital Health Mission will be a game changer. Pallavi, let me come to you now, and let's move to taxation announcements. The government has extended the ECLGS scheme to March 2023 and has also expanded the guarantee cover by 50,000 crore rupees. What do you make of this, and what are the kind of benefits startups will see from this move? And also I'm combining another question on taxation. The government has capped the surcharge on long-term capital gains of all listed and unlisted stocks at 15%. Now, this is a big positive for startups and a long-standing demand. Though the ESOP taxation issue still remains unresolved. Your thoughts on both these taxation fronts?
So, Shruti, first on the ECLGS, I think the intention is to how do we help the MSMEs that are impacted, particularly in trading, in hospitality sector. How do we help them to stay afloat? The intention behind the ECLGS scheme was clearly to help these MSMEs tide over the liquidity crisis, the impact due to COVID-19. And the idea was that there was additional credit to be provided to help these MSMEs stay afloat, and any kind of credit. And this is without any additional collateral. And while banks are doing this, if in case of any risk losses, the government was going to guarantee these loans. So the intention is really to do this, and given that the pandemic waves have been coming one after the other, I think this is 65% of the MSMEs took benefit of this in the last year. And there is still enough surplus. So I think the amount has been increased to 4.5 lakh crores from 3 lakh crores. And that's something which really is going to boost up the MSME sector. We work in the trading, a lot with the trading MSME. So we are clearly seeing the benefit that our customers are deriving from this. So I think it's really going to be helpful in helping the MSME stay afloat. As far as the surcharge on the LTCG is concerned, that's for a completely opposite segment, which is the high net worth individuals or folks who are in the higher income brackets. But how it really helps startups is going to be, that now there is going to be a big focus on ensuring that the money that was going to public markets is also flowing in the similar way to the startup ecosystem. Plus, it makes the ESOPs policies for startups, very, very lucrative. So helps in retaining and attracting top class talent to the startup ecosystem.
Right.
So both very, very welcome moves for startup industry as well as the MSMEs.
Right. So both of them being very welcome moves. Arjun, if I could get your thoughts on the taxation front.
I think so. The taxation fund, I think so. The long-term capital gain, I think so, is really a big move. It really puts all the startups in terms of making the whole concept of investment on startups and giving value to everyone, individual investors, and even everyone. So I think so that's a big move which was being waited for a while, and I think so it has happened. I think so. There is definitely a little bit more expected in future. Where I was expecting was more on the ESOP policies. Startups, with the announcement of the National Startup Day, there is more focus on building startups, and a lot of more people can create more value for themselves. So I think so. More clear guidelines around ESOPs and how that will play into the taxation side. I think so. That is something which was kind of missed this year, but definitely want to see a bit much more of that.
Absolutely. Okay, one final question, Mughilan, to you. You mentioned earlier in the interview that you've seen a significant increase in the usage of drones for various business operations. Sector is going to create a lot of employment opportunities, but there are challenges in terms of getting the right manpower. As you highlighted, the country has limited options in terms of formal training. What needs to be done to make India a global drone hub?
I mean, a lot needs to be done, right? But I think we can start definitely with, greater drone training and certifications of all drones. I think just 4 days back, I think or about a week back, I guess, the government notified on how to certify both indigenous as well as foreign-made drones in the country, right? So finally, more drones will become legal and can be sold legally and be purchased legally. And imported also legally into the country. I think that is something which is going to be a big game changer in the Indian ecosystem once the policy is being implemented and more drones get certified. And post that, I think we're going to have a lot of drone pilot training schools which are going to pop up in different cities and villages where, interested kids and, interested individuals, right? Anybody over the age of 18, almost any diploma holder or any ITI holder is just like how we're going to get a driving license for a car or a bike, is also going to have a drone license. And this is going to completely change the way a lot of us are going to start doing work in the near future, right? All the drones will be just like another skill that we are going to learn in school, like a computer or a bike.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's going to change a lot of things, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take about a couple of years to get there, but once it happens, we're going to see a whole new world.
We are going to see a whole new world. Mughilan, Pallavi, Arjun, thank you so much for joining us on the show and decoding Budget 2022 and what it means for the startup ecosystem. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Startup Street. Many thanks for watching, but stay tuned to CNBC TV18. More news and updates continue on the other side.